Hello everyone, it's Maroon here. Welcome again to your HIIT class. So in today's workout, you'll be only using a mat and your body weight. We'll be performing exercises back to back, resting around 20 seconds between each and every exercise. And we're gonna repeat the same circuit for 3 times. So today, some of the exercises would be in a quadrupedal position. So we're gonna start by warming up the wrist and prepare our wrist for the load that's we're gonna be placed on them. So let's get set. Alright, so I'll start with interlacing my fingers. I'm gonna start with small circular motion of the wrist. Make sure your fingers are firmly pressed, but you shouldn't press too much with your palms. And then slow rotations, circular as much as possible. For 20 seconds, then we're gonna reverse the rotation. So now from here I'm gonna go to the opposite angle and keep doing the same movement. Slowly feeling the rotation. Now from here I'm gonna include a lift for it. So I'm gonna lift my arm while rotating and then slowly bring my elbows together while down. So I'm gonna lift up, bring my elbows together, and then when I lower down, elbows go a bit to the side, and then back up, elbow goes together. Alright, now let's switch the angle, so the opposite angle, same thing. When you lift your arm, make sure your elbows come closer together, and as soon as you lower down, your elbow can go a bit to the side. Good, take it off. Now from here, I'm going to start with the right arm. I'm gonna place this finger on my elbow just to give me a reference, keeping my back straight, my chest up. Now from here I'm gonna start with flexing down with the wrist, taking it to the side, up and back to center. So if you're gonna be here, down, to the side, up and back forward. Make sure the movement comes from the wrist and you keep your forearms straight. So imagine there's an object on your forearm and you don't want it to fall down. So your forearm stays straight and I'm just rotating with the wrist. So try to do these rotations, it's important. I don't want you to injure yourself while doing the exercises that you're gonna be performing today. So let's warm up properly the wrist so we get prepared to execute the exercises safely. So I'm flexing down, rotating to one side, up, and back down. Now down, and instead of going to the left, I'm gonna go to the right, back up. Down, go to the right, back up. So that's a deviation. So down, deviate, and then back up. I'm gonna switch to this hand, to the right hand. So start by placing your thumb on the elbow so you keep a reference. Make sure your forearm is straight. Start flexion, deviation, up. Just pain-free circular motion for the wrist so we get it prepared. And try the movement to be only from the wrist and not from the forearm or from the elbow. Now from here, the other side, back up. Other side, up. Okay, gonna shake it out. So that stretch is gonna be a prayer stretch. You're gonna place your palms here. You're gonna lift up, all the way up. Bring your elbows as close as possible. Then down. Keep your palms touching as much as possible while going down. And make sure your arms is a bit in front of your body here. So up, elbows together, all the way down. Elbows go to the side. One more. All right. Now I'm gonna go to the opposite side. So from here up, all the way down. Up, all the way down. Still warming up the wrist. Two more. Keep them close to each other as much as possible. Lift and then exhale. One more. And exhale. All right, good. Okay, from here we're gonna switch to a standing position. I'm gonna lower as much as possible without bending the knees. I'm gonna walk all the way to a plank. And then from here I'm gonna step with my right foot, well actually with my left foot, and open twist with my thoracic. Back, and then alternate. Step forward, rotate, back. So this is good to open your hips and prepare you for your workout. Make sure you pull your knee out, your hips down nice, and then you rotate with your upper back. Try to hold for 1 second. Remember, it's a dynamic warm-up, so we're not stretching here. So 1 or 2 seconds hold is enough. Last one. Back. Walk your arms all the way back. All the way in a squat position. I'm gonna squat and squeeze at the top. I'm using my arm just to counterbalance. So when I squat down, arms goes forward, my knees pulled out, my back straight, my chest is up. I'm gonna hold for 1 second, then squeeze the glutes at the top. Five more. Hold 1 second, then lock your pelvis to the top. Good. Now from here, I'm gonna be shoulder square, my feet shoulder square, toes pointing straight. Gonna hinge, focus on taking my hips back, and then squeeze back at the top. So it's like deadlift. First start with the hips, soften the knees a bit, then squeeze at the top. Four more. Last one. Good. So from here, I'm gonna start by warming up the shoulders, internal rotation, all the way to external rotation. Make sure your lower back, there's no arch in the lower back, and you're bracing your core. So I'm gonna be staying here, so there's no arch. I'm reducing the arch, and I'm just rotating my shoulders. External, internal. External, internal. Keep a straight line, and try not to bend with the elbows or lower your arm while doing that. Next time your internals, keep it there. Keep your elbows up. Take your palms all up, all the way behind your back. Exhale, elbows forward. Stick your chest out without arching the lower back. Strong Y shape, all the way, arms forward. So arms here, rotate internally. Keep your elbows up. Take your arms all the way back. Touch the lower back. Exhale, elbows forward. Stick your chest out. Strong arms behind your back, all the way forward. One more, internal, all the way. Exhale, elbows forward. Stick your chest out. Strong arms behind your back in Y shape. Back here. The last stretch or dynamic warm-up, I'm gonna start with my arms here. I'm gonna rotate and bring my arms to the opposite side. So pivot with both foot. 4, 5. Keep your arm close to your body when you lower down. And the movement or the rotation is from the hips rather than from the spine. One more. And then from the opposite side, I'm going to hold here and then rotate. Five more. Last one. Down. All right, good. So we're gonna start the workout now. First exercise, we're gonna be doing pistol squats. I love this exercise because it works on stabilizing your ankle, knee, and hips, and at the same time strengthening your quads, glutes, and hams. So as I start with a pistol squat, I'm gonna lift my foot like an inch above the ground. And then from here, I'm gonna shift my weight back, place my arms forward so I counterbalance, not to fall back, and then back to the top. So the whole movement, my foot shouldn't be touching the floor, and I make sure that my knee stays in line with my ankle. So here, back up. Here, back up. I'll do it from the side so you can see me from the side. So I'm gonna lift my leg above the floor a bit. I'm going to shift my weight back and then squeeze the top. Shift my weight back and squeeze the top. I'm going to start the timer and then we keep going. We're going to do 30 seconds on one leg and then we switch. Alright, so let's start here, squat, all the way to the top. We're going to go for 30 seconds, then we switch to the opposite leg. What? Sorry, just quickly. 5 more seconds. All right, let's switch. So here. One more. And rest. All right, so the next exercise, I'm gonna pause the session so I can explain a bit the next exercise. So I need you to make sure you keep your joints safe while doing that. So it's a crab reach. So as a start, my body will be forming like a capital M. Make sure that your ankles under your knee and your wrists under your shoulders. Now from here, I'm gonna place my arm here, and that will be my fulcrum point. So I'm gonna lift my hips up and reach all the way back and down, making sure that the ankle stays or the wrist stays under your shoulders, back here. Lift my hips, take my arms back, and then return here. Gonna go 30, and then I'll switch. All right, let's get set. So from here, let's take one arm here, extend with the hip, all the way back, return. So I love this exercise because it stretches your anterior muscle, which is your front muscle, and at the same time, it works on developing your posterior muscle. And from all the sitting that we do, we're always in a flexion. So it's good to extend our body and counter this movement that we're always in it. So let's switch. Make sure your wrist under your shoulder as a start. Extend back. Go with control, quality movements, quality reps. All right, 20 seconds rest. And then from here, we're gonna go for reverse jumping lunges. So here, jumping lunges. Okay, let's do it. 30 seconds, reverse jumping lunges. Try to land softly on both of your feet, bending the knees. Make sure your core and your upper body stays up and not leaning forward. All right, from here, I'm gonna go for a wide static lunge. I'm gonna lunge from one side to the other. So this time, not stepping. I'm just shifting my weight as if I'm squatting, taking my hips back, holding, returning to center. I don't want you to put too much pressure on the knees, so always make sure to shift your glutes back and sit back.
Pausing session.
All right, I'm gonna stop the time again. I'm gonna explain this exercise here. So we're gonna work the shoulder in a push-up position. So, okay, let me be here. So in this position here, like an A shape, my hips up, I'm landing on my toes, my heels not touching the floor, and then from here, I'm trying to reach with my head down and then back up. So my neck stay long, my chin is tucked, And then I'm leaning forward, back up. So get set for this exercise.
Starting session.
So we're gonna go slowly. We don't want to hurt ourselves. Just go on your same, keep it going same level. So from here up, hips up, and then try to keep your head between your arms and lower down. Feeling those shoulders working. Try to go at your own pace. If you feel you need a break in between, go for it, and then you can continue. Keep going, 30 more seconds. It's a hard move, so make sure you take it easy, go for quality reps, and then rest in between. I'm gonna go for single leg deadlifts, working still on stability. So from here, I'm gonna keep this knee bent, gonna go all the way up to knee up. So hinge back, make sure your back leg is strong and straight all the way to knee up. The knee stays soft, your toes stays pointing down so your hips stay square, and then all the way up. Don't be concerned of how much you can lift your leg back, but rather how much you can lengthen it and keep your hips square. Let's switch sides, please. Five more seconds. All right. Okay, so next move. And I'm gonna be on all fours here. From here, I'm gonna take my arms forward. I'm gonna lift up, load back, and then take my knee all the way to my elbow. Load back and then alternate. So explode forward, hold, control back. Keep going. All right, let's rest. Okay, same position, wrist under shoulders, knee under hips. You're gonna lift your leg up, extend with your foot, return slowly down. So extend up, starting by lifting the knee up, extend with the foot, return, and slowly down. Make sure keep your elbows locked whole time, arms stay straight. And then let's switch to the opposite side. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Try to keep your hips square. So I'm not doing this. Keep your hips square, lift as far as you can reach. When you reach your end range, extend with your foot, then return down. Okay, good job. We're gonna finish with burpees to kick-throughs. So let's start with burpees in 3, 2, 1. So from here, burpees. All the way up. So we can keep our metabolism faster and burn those fats. And explode all the way up. When you land into a burpee, try to go for a squat in between and then land. Now from here, I'm gonna lift my arm, kick, control back. Lift, kick, control. So I'm always in a bear crawl or an all fours position. I lift one arm, kick, control. Make sure your wrist is always on your shoulders. All right. We're gonna rest for 1 minute, and we're gonna repeat this circuit for 2 times. So catch your breath. I'm gonna start all the way from the top by the pistol squat. Make sure you're always in good form and you don't loading too much your knees or you're lifting your heels up. So your foot is up a bit above the floor, sit back, all the way up. Bring your arms forward, all the way up. All right, let's switch legs. The opposite side. 1 foot up, sit back. Okay. Good job.
Rest.
We're gonna perform the crab reach. So let's get set. So that's why we warm the wrist. So there's most of the exercise are on the floor. So from here, reach up, extend with your hips. So keep following your arm all the way down. And this way, you'll be extending all the way straight back. Slow, quality movements. Let's switch. You can even take your shoulder into external rotation. while you're reaching back. All right. Okay, so reverse jumping lunges. Get set. Let's do it. Land softly. Alright, go for a wide stance, lunge, control up. So, imagine your hips going back, sitting back, control up. You can even twist and pivot so you can stretch your hands. So lunge, twist, you load this leg and you stretch your hands on the opposite leg. Okay. Back to pike push-up. I need you to be careful with this exercise. If you feel that's too much, you can substitute it with a normal push-up. So from here, hips up, all the way, heels up as well. My head stays between my arms. I'm shifting my weight down. I'm gonna finish for 30 seconds for some bird dogs here. So I can stabilize a bit the lower back. Let's switch to the opposite side. Last one. Okay. Next, we're gonna do the single leg deadlifts. So, back legs, toes pointing down, all the way to knee up. And the leg that I'm standing on, my knee is always soft. Try to work on your balance and stability by pressing your heels down and pressing your toes down, especially your big toe. Switch. Focus on hips, hinging back, and making sure your front knee doesn't cave in and stays in line with your toes. All right.
Rest.
All right. Back to all fours. Place your arms forward. Load back. And then from here all the way, knee to elbow. Control back. Load. Go to the opposite side. Wow, that was tough.
Rest.
All right. Whew. So back on all fours. Lift, extend, slowly down. So here we're working on the abductor muscle, which is the muscle on the side of your hips or your glutes. And you need to feel it here, in this area. So when you feel it here, it means like you're doing a good job. And we're targeting the muscle that we're gonna need to develop. Stretch, lift, extend, control, slowly down. It's important to keep your wrists under your shoulders and your elbows stay locked. If you have ankle weight, that's great to use it now. Just place them above your knees and that will give you another challenge. All right, good. All right, we're gonna finish with burpees to kick through. Let's do it. All right, from here, on all fours, lift, kick, control to center. Control, good form. Always make sure wrists under shoulders. All right. Whew. 2 down, 1 more to go. Let's go and take 1 minute rest. Have a sip of water, catch your breath, and then you do it 1 more time. So that's the positive thing of doing back-to-back exercises. It will spike your metabolism, make you lose fat, and at the same time build muscle. And especially if you don't have that much time, squeezing an hour workout back-to-back exercises is great. So we're gonna start by pistol squats again. Get set, lift 1 foot up, sit back, and wait. So you see, with only body weight, you can have a tough workout. So you don't need weight, just your body, you can have a decent workout. All right, let's switch. Focus on stabilizing your ankle, knee, and hips. Shift back, shift your weight back, all the way up. Good job.
Rest.
All right, back to crab reach. Let's get set. up and down, back. Start with extending your hip, externally rotating your shoulder. All right, switch. Watch your form. Don't injure yourself. Go slowly. If you need to regress, go for it. So with the regression, you can go for maybe last time, or you don't have to extend all the way back. You can just do it here and then control back.
Rest.
Okay, reverse jumping jump lunges. Land softly. If you feel knee pain, don't do that, don't jump it. If you're having knee pain, just tap it, lunge, control back. And even if you don't have knee pain and you start feeling your knees bothering you, just tap it back. You don't have to jump it. Wide stance, lateral lunges. Lift your heels or lift your toes and then stretch your hams. You can even go deeper with every rep, but keep your chest up. All right.
Rest.
All right. Back to the quadrupedal position. Arms go forward, hips go back, load back, knee go forward. All the way to the elbow. Okay. Wow, okay. Good. So, here, lift, extend, slowly control down. So your knee doesn't have to touch the floor. As soon as you swing it down, you lift it back again. Or if you need to reset, that's also fine. But keep your elbows or your arms as straight as possible. Good. Opposite side. Remember, always quality reps. Slow movement. Take your time. And try to control your body, so don't let your leg drop. You have control over your body. All right.
Rest.
All right, gonna finish with burpees to kick out. When you're going to burpee, try to squat so you're closer to the floor and then go down. So you don't put too much pressure on the wrist. All right, from here, kick throughs or kick outs, lift, kick, control to center. All right, guys. Thank you. Whew. Okay, we're gonna finish with a small stretch. So basically, I was including core workouts in between, so you don't have to do that much core workout. All right, from here, let's start by stretching the hip flexor. So lean forward, lift your arms up, or actually the other arms go up, and then try to look slowly and gently up, keeping your shoulders down. Don't lift your shoulders, keep it down, elbow locked, and look up. Shift your weight back. Stretch the hams, so land on your heels, toes pointing up. Start by arching and then floating over your front thigh. Keep pointing your toes up. Feel the stretch in the hams. Hold it there for a couple of seconds. Keep pointing your toes up. Keep your back straight. Keep the arch. Keep floating over your front thigh. And then gently alternate. So land on your heels, toes up, arch, and then float over, keep both your toes up, feel the stretch. All right. Now from here, I'm gonna finish with a 90-90 position. So my front thigh is straight in front of me. My leg is forming a 90 angle, same with the back leg. And then from here, I'm gonna land with my hand in a way that my shoulders are square. That's already a stretch, so you're just keeping in this position is already a stretch. Some people will find that their front knee is not touching properly the floor. That's totally fine. With time, you can keep it down. So while doing that, try to push your knee down. And I'm gonna now switch from this 90 all the way to the other 90. For the first reps, I'm gonna use my arms. So my arms are back on the floor. And I'm gonna start by lifting this knee up without moving the front knee. I'm gonna reach my end range here, and then gently I'm gonna switch, start to move the opposite knee all the way to 90, facing the opposite side. So one more time. Start by lifting the knee up, keeping the front knee down as much as possible When you reach your end range, start slowly to shift all the way to 90 to the other side. So this time I'm going to do it but without my arms. So I'm going to take the arms away from the equation. I'm going to start by pivot and lift, reach my end range without moving this. Slowly switch to 90. Same thing. One more time. So reset here. Big inhale from your lower abdominal. Trap air. Start by pivot and lift the knee. All the way here. All right. We're gonna finish by stretching a bit to your wrist. Worked a lot of the wrist. Hope your wrists are doing fine. It's always important to start by warming up the muscle that you're gonna use for your workout. So if you're working upper body, just focus. Most of your stretch workout or your dynamic warm-up should be upper body movements or upper body stretches and warm-ups, so you can get your body prepared for the session. So the last stretch would be for the shoulders. And that's it. Thank you guys, enjoy your weekend and see you next week.